The demoness Karkati has asked the king about the nature of the underlying reality. And curiously, it's the minister, the king's minister, that replies. The minister replies in terms of the Supreme Self, and he responds in detail to Karkati's question, which in itself was quite detailed. And they're like a meditation. The question and answer are like a meditation on the Supreme Self. And now it's the king's turn to answer. And this has been quite cleverly set up, because the king is now, the king brings us even closer to the heart of what's been spoken about. Karkati said, "I'm delighted with your minister's answers, O king. Now I would like to hear your answers." The king said, "Your questions, O noble lady, relate to the Eternal Brahman, which is pure existence. It is known when the threefold modifications known as waking, dreaming and deep sleep cease, and when the mind stuff is rid of all movements of thought. The extension and withdrawal of its manifestation are popularly regarded as the creation and the dissolution of the universe. It is expressed in silence when the known comes to an end, for it is beyond all expression." The king then is talking more from the immediate experiencing. Let's have a look at what he says. He says, "It's known when the threefold modification known as waking, dreaming and deep sleep cease, and when the mind stuff is rid of all movement of thought." Now this can be understood in two ways. Waking, dreaming and deep sleep are sometimes regarded as the three states that our consciousness can be in. So it's talking about something beyond that, something beyond even deep sleep. And it has to be an awareness. And you can understand it in these terms if you like. You can understand that this awareness might be so steadfast that that awareness is still there even within deep sleep. And in fact there's certain sleep yoga practices, yoga Nidra, both in Hinduism and Tibetan Buddhism, which encourage this practice. But it can also be understood another way, which was referred to earlier on. It was referred to in chapter 63, and we don't take it at face value. The waking state is the world appearance. It's how things appear to our everyday consciousness. The dreaming state is egotism, and the deep sleep state is basically the thought stream, the mind stuff. It's the thoughts that are going on all the time. So the Eternal Brahman is known when we've gone beyond the world appearance, when we've gone beyond our egotism, which is our tendency to get caught up in the world appearance. Not only that, it's when we've gone beyond the thought stream, which is constantly trying to hook us in. It's basically when we come to pure awareness. It's when the mind stuff is rid of all movements of thought. again, I would say it's when the awareness is no longer being caught up in movements of thought. And it's interesting also what's meant here by the creation and dissolution of the universe. The extension and withdrawal of its manifestation are popularly regarded as the creation and dissolution of the universe. So this is our everyday state. We are getting caught up in creation, or the manifestation, the apparent manifestation, and we can withdraw from it. This is our attention. Our attention goes out there, gets caught up with things. It can get caught up with things in what's referred to as the sensory world, the world of sensory perception, or it can get caught up in our thoughts and feelings and so on. And the attention can go in either direction. It can go outwards or it can go inwards. Both involve the attention getting caught up in what we could call the creation of the universe. And when we bring the attention back to itself, when we're no longer allowing it to get lost in the phenomenal world, or with the world of thoughts and ideas and feelings, when we're no longer caught up with that, then we can talk about the dissolution of the universe. That can be described as the dissolution of the universe. The dissolution of the universe. It is expressed in silence when the known comes to an end. The attention gets caught up with all these things that can be apprehended, that it can apprehend. It gets caught up in objects, it gets caught up in thoughts. These are what can be known. And when it withdraws from that, there's only stillness, silence. It is the extremely subtle middle between the two extremes, and that middle itself has two sides. So this is what I've been saying. The attention is here, it can go, or let's say it's here, it can go out there, or it can come in here. These are the two sides of the attention. It's in the middle between what's out there and what's in here. And bearing in mind that when I say what's out there and what's in here are just two ways of speaking. All these universes are but its playful but conscious projection. As the diversity of this universe, it seems to be divided in itself, but truly it is undivided.